Luz y Progreso, Light and Progress, Honor and Respects. This is your host, Ancista Brujo Luis. So today I'm going to show you the most simplest encanto. Encanto in Spanish means a charm that anyone can use. Now, before I go into this charm, I'm going to give you a refrán. A refrán is a saying my grandmother used to say when I was little. And she used to say, que falte todo en la casa, menos la sal y el arroz. Simply translated, it means may everything be missing in the house but salt and rice, okay? And I remember in Puerto Rican households in the olden days, they used to make a charm or un encanto with a salt and, just or salt or pepper glass bottle. And if you notice in this one, there's some rice in there. So this is part of the charm. Encanto, and you see it needs a little cleaning, but you can see the salt, okay? And this is just a basic charm or basic encanto that I'm going to show you today. So if you go into a lot of Hispanic households or Puerto Rican households, oftentimes you will see when they serve you salt to season your food, you will see grains of rice in the salt shaker. Believe it or not, this is an old charm, okay, which I'm going to show you. Now, right here, you can see that all the salt is gone and what's remaining is the rice. I've had this rice in this bottle for a year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare a simple charm and I'm going to get rid of this rice. You can get rid of the rice any way you want. I'm going to just throw it in my garden. Okay, but if you go into a Puerto Rican house or a Cuban or Latinos and you see, and they serve you food and you see salt, okay, and they give you salt to season your food, or if you ask for salt, and if you see rice in the salt, don't get worried, because this is just a simple charm or encanto that they just may use in their home or household. So here's my salt shaker. I placed my rice into the garden, and you can see that the cap is stainless steel. It is dirty, it is nasty, so this needs a good cleansing before I do this charm again. Now remember, I leave the rice at least for 1 whole year. This time I think the rice was in there for probably 2 years, but at least 1 year, at least 1 whole year, a cycle of 12 months. And you can replace the salt, but just leave the rice in it and you will have a good charm, okay? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give this a good washing, a good cleansing before I redo my charm. You see it's stainless steel. So after you wash and dry, make sure you wash and completely dry your salt shaker. You can see I removed all that yuckiness from it. What you're gonna use is you can use a bowl or a plate, any form of little spoon, and you're gonna use just regular. If you use iodized salt, then use this, and you're going to use rice, regular rice. This is long grain, but if you use short grain, you can use short grain, okay? I use long grain, so I'm just going to use this rice. If you use any other salt, you can, like sea salt, then you can change it with sea salt. Whatever salt you use to eat with, use that salt. I'm just going to use regular table salt. You're going to open your salt and you're going to fill it 1/3 of the way with salt. And salt represents the element of earth, protection, purification, and healing. That's why I have this plate, because you don't want to spill any salt. You want to get 1/3. Spilling salt is bad luck. So at least I can collect it here and still use it. But salt represents the element of earth. It's good for protection, purification, and healing. After this, at 1/3, I'm going to take my spoon and I'm going to fill another 1/3 with some rice. So you can use any rice that you choose. You can use long grain rice, short grain rice, balsamic rice. Now, rice represents the element of earth and sun, and it represents blessings, money, wealth, prosperity, abundance, fertility, and protection. There was a reason why when people used to get married in the olden days, they would throw rice on the newlywed because it would represent all those qualities that I just mentioned. So what you're going to do is just 1/3 with that rice and the rest with salt to seal and bind it. I can show you have a plate so you don't spill it. Now, it is said that if you ever spill salt, take a pinch of that salt and throw it over your left shoulder. This will, of course, spilled salt represents bad luck. So you take a pinch of that salt and throw it over your left shoulder to remove any bad luck. Okay, just a little bit. You don't need that much. And just throw it over your shoulder to reverse any bad luck. And here's my simple salt and pepper charm that you will see in a lot of Hispanic households when they give you salt. So don't be alarmed by that. This is a charm for wealth, protection, luck, and abundance within the home. That's it. This is Sancista Brujo Luis. Now what you see here is a hearth altar, an altar to the hearth spirits, the spirits that live in the kitchen. Remember that magic starts in the kitchen, a lot of cooking and all that. So this is to the spirits, in honor to all the spirits that reside within the kitchen. This is an altar that Terry, or an offering that Terry gives to his spirits. And you can see there's a bowl of salt here, a bowl of rice, and sake. Okay, and right here Terry burns his incense to his spirits, and he has his lucky bamboo. So this is just a simple hearth altar, and I should be playing with it. And he's got the turtles for abundance, but I shouldn't be playing with that. But I just wanted to show you that for the video. So I'm going to show you a simple way to have a hearth, an offering to the spirits of the hearth to bring prosperity and abundance to the house. So to the side, I have a bowl, okay, just a metal bowl or a glass bowl, and something little smaller bowl. And a while back, I made Contra Azul, which is right here. I'm gonna leave the link down below. Go check that out. I make this for you, so you can go check that out. So I'm going to use this salt, these salts, because it's a mixture of 3 salts to do this spell. And I'm going to use a stone that I found. You can use any stone. This kind of reminds me of a thunderstone, piedra de rayo. Don't know if that's what it is. I found this in nature. So I'm going to use this for my charm and prepare a little charm for the house for protection, abundance, and to remove any negative evil eye. And this is kept in the kitchen on a high shelf. That's Terry's and this is mine. So again, if you haven't seen my video on Contra Azul, go check that out. And I'm going to use this salt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle this salt in here. And then I'm going to place the stone into the bowl. You can use a stone, you can use crystals, quartz crystal, whatever you want. I'm just going to use a stone that I found in nature. And then it just reminds me of a piedra de rayo. And I found it beautiful, and it called me. It has a lot of ache, a lot of energy, so I'm going to use that in this charm. So here's the bowl with the salt that I made. You can use this, you can use kitchen salt, you can use sea salt, you can use Himalayan crystal salt, you can use black salt, you can use whatever salt you want. This is your charm. You can use black stone or crystal. It's all up to you. And you just place the stone on top of the salt. And what you do, this is going to be a charm of blessing for the house. And what you're going to do is you're going to recite 3 times over it. Salt from the earth, salt from the ground, help keep my home safe and sound. Salt from the earth, salt from the ground, help keep my home safe and sound. Salt from the earth, salt from the ground, help keep my home safe and sound. And you can leave this as a charm of protection for the house. And you just keep it in your kitchen as a nice protective charm. Again, you can use crystals, you can use whatever you want. Keep it high above in the kitchen area. So since today's project day, you know, doing a whole bunch of projects, I had made some bath salts a while back and I never recorded it. So here is my sal azul, which I'm going to use to make a bath salt. Again, description down below. And I have a whole bunch of citric acid. Citric acid can be used for purification. I always have some citric acid. Anything that you find in the properties of Florida water, which has a lot of citrics, you're going to use that. And you can use any oils that you want. You can use whatever oil you choose. I'm going to use essential oil of cedar wood, 100% pure. And cedar wood is good for cleansing negativities, cleansing an atmosphere. It's good for protection and preservation or purification. And it is ruled by the sun. I'm also going to use patchouli essential oil, pure, 100% pure. Patchouli is ruled by the planet Mars and is good for protection and against negative energies. I like oriental, earthy smelling, grounding smelling oils. You can use whatever oil you want. If I had vetiver, I love vetiver. I would also use 100% vetiver oil. I don't have it, so I'm just going to use these oils. So I had made a bath salt before, and of course I didn't record it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix my sal azul. Also, I want to show you something. Whenever I order out, see these things? I save these. You know those plastic bowls? Of course I can add it back here and here, but save these bowls and lids. Recycle. I'm going to use these in case I make more. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add some of my citric acid. You could add as much as you want. So I'm going to probably add three of these right here. It's up to you. There's no measurement. And I'm going to mix it with my hand. So now that it's mixed, I'm going to add my cedar wood or whatever oil you want and add just a few drops until you get the aroma that you want. Okay, I think that's a little too much. So there's my cedar wood and here is my patchouli. And if I had vetiver, I would also add it. Vetiver or whatever oil you want, it's up to you. And just mix it until you get that nice aroma mixed in. Let me mix this real carefully. You can add as much oil as you want. And then you have a purifying bath salt. So there it is, nice and mixed. My bath salt, you can use whatever oils you choose. It smells nice and grounding. And what I'm going to do is replace them back into my jar. And since I added citric acid, I'm sure I'll have more. Make sure you don't spill your oils. And let me put these away. So here it is. Finally, I got now my bath salt that I made from my sal azul. And here's my bath salts. You want to make sure I got a whole bunch because I added the citric acid. Make sure you keep it covered. And you can use this for purification, for cleansing. And all this project from my little charm for the house. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button. Please subscribe. Keep this in the kitchen, okay? This is for feeding, and this is for bathing. This is not for eating. Anyways, please hit that like button. Please subscribe. Please leave your comments, and please share my videos with your friends and on your favorite social media. And please smash that notification bell button so you can get notifications of when I do future videos. This is Sancita Brujo Luis. I hope you enjoy this bath salt. You can use whatever oil you choose. I just like oriental fragrances, earthy fragrances. If you don't like oriental fragrances, use the oils that you choose, okay? This is Sancista Brujo Luis, Santo Sanse. Ciao. Bye. Bye, bye, bye.